sometimes if you cannot do a retreat, okay, having a facilitated mini retreat. One of the things I had done several times is we called them an on-site, off-site, right? So we can say, listen, let's pretend that we're actually off-site somewhere, but we're going to spend 2 days doing planning meetings, right? And it was a retreat, but it was on-site. Okay, and part of part of making that work is to actually get everyone to say, yes, the computers are off, the phones are off. Yes, we are going to be 100% present here. It's essentially, doing a whole bunch of ground rules. But how different is that from, gee, a half day, management planning meeting, right? And I think that there's a fundamental difference between it, because if you sort of take a look at that on-site, off-site as just an extended management meeting, then there isn't the planning that goes into it. There isn't the differentness where a very specific objective is achieved by going through a number of activities and work beforehand and work after and conversations. Sometimes, there's family, well, gee, I want to see my daughter's recital or baseball game or whatever it happens to be, or I got to look after the kids and everything. And very often when you do these on-site, off-sites, or if you do the virtual, etc., you don't get the intellectual and emotional buy-in that's needed to achieve the objective of the retreat, in the first place. So what do you do about it? You say, well, if we can't do that retreat, what's the next best thing, right? Let's not give up the planning. Let's not give up the ground rules. Let's not give up a bunch of of these other things. But let's also realize that it's going to have a different kind of outcome. You'll not be able to move the needle as far as you will if you actually get people off-site together in a way where they can actually focus on whatever the objective is that they're actually going to do, right? It won't be the same, but sometimes you have no choice. The issue of optics for everybody in the organization, I think that, if you've got a corporate jet and it's party town and let's get all the executives into that jet and go to Hawaii and yeah, just have a wonderful time and everything. That just sounds kind of weird, right? On the other hand, okay, if as a result of the retreat, there's actually things that come out of it that people actually see, people will see that actually things have actually happened, right? Not everybody, by the way, is aware of what the senior leadership does with their time, which, by the way, is another issue. Okay, the retreat can't solve, but on the other hand, it usually isn't that big of an optics thing. And when the retreat is a reward for achievement, the President's Club for sales, as an example, or the all hands retreat in Las Vegas for all 200 people, okay, because we as a group met our goals. You know what? A little bit more is not a bad thing. And if you had to cancel that, that would send a message too, right? So